Welcome back to Whitt Acres. Today we're planting my giant pumpkin. Oh, Pop, it's a planting day. We're gonna need the wheelbarrow though. I have them both over here underneath the maple. I think the green one holds more. Yeah, I think the green one holds more. And some water. Put that on the fern. And I also need a shovel because I need to go up to the barn and grab a bunch of compost so I can make a mound down in the pumpkin patch to plant my pumpkin onto. You hunting over here, pup? How you doing, little peepers? Everybody good in there? All right, just checking. That's a shovel. It's looking really good out here in the gardens right now. I just did a garden tour yesterday, but we're still getting more and more blooms come up every day with these irises, especially over here on the island. Gorgeous. Oh, the geyser. But I'm trying not to get distracted. I really need to get my pumpkins planted. And this is actually a really good day to plant because the sun isn't too bright right now, so it shouldn't burn my pumpkin leaves. Try not to run over any flowers coming through here. But these irises are just looking gorgeous right now. And this one actually has a pretty nice grape fragrance. My favorite black iris over here doesn't have much of a fragrance, but I do love the color of it. We still have the columbine blooming here. We have the purple irises opening up more and more, and the flag irises have just started to open up too. So we're gonna get a lot more yellow. But the peninsula coming off the island garden here is looking really good. I don't think this light purple iris was open yesterday. That is a gorgeous color. What are you doing, Pop? You better not be digging up my garden, buddy. What are you doing? You chasing moles? Oh, I just saw it. It's way over here, Pop. He's already way up here. Yeah, don't knock anything over though. Be light-footed. Easy. I don't think that mole's doing much damage. You might do more damage than the mole, bud. Take it easy. Oh, look at this one. This one's opening up too. That one looked really plump and chubby in the garden tour, but it's the same color as these ones. This is a dark purple one. That's nice. Come on, Pop. This isn't a garden tour, bud. We gotta keep moving. Hey broilers, how you guys doing? I don't think we actually made it into the food forest for the garden tour yesterday. I didn't actually do any work in it yet. Come on, Pop, we gotta get some of this black gold from the animals. I still have some behind there that's been composting a while. Gotta open this up. Birds, stay in there. You two. What was that, girl? That's not, well, that's a boy, but still, what was that noise? No, Rosie, you stay in there, girl. Stay inside. You're not escaping just because I need compost, girl. Stay. These chickens always trying to get out. Troublemakers. I'm just gonna put one clip on it. You stay in here, Rosie girl. You two big boys, get out of my way. What are you doing here? Got one screamer and one gurgler. I need some of this good compost that's been breaking down for a while. This is the pile that I've been cleaning out and dumping here since spring came, but I still have a little bit laying over from last year. Dirty pup. That was a pile of poop you were laying in. Beep, beep, Rufio. Coming through. Coming through, Snowball. Alright, now to get down to the garden. Up, Pop. And keep the chickens inside. Oh, don't get stuck. Come on. I see you, girl. You stay inside. Chicken, don't even think about it. Come on, Pup. All right, we got one load dumped in here. I might do one more load to make the mound a little bit bigger. I was planning on putting the best 2 pumpkins out here and then choosing the best out of those 2 after the transplant, but I'll show you in the greenhouse. Right now we have 1 clear leader. You hunting moles, pup? All right, I'll be at the greenhouse. Once I get these things planted, I do want to come in here and prune back this butterfly bush. It's getting way too big. Over here at the greenhouse, we do have a set of irises that aren't on the island. This is the one that I call the funeral iris. I think it just has really morose tones to it. And we have more of them in the side garden. Oh, Pop, you looking good, bud. But inside the greenhouse here, we do have some plant starts. I don't have a lot like I've had in the past, but we have enough to get the garden started. I need to come in here and actually thin down these tomatoes. I have multiple coming up in there. Not all the flowers are doing really well, but the marigold tray here is doing pretty good, and we have more marigolds coming up down below. I did fill up this tray with soil, but I didn't even end up sowing everything in there. I only did some pineapple and some red cherry tomatoes up here in the corner. And this one should be a ground cherry, but I want to focus on the pumpkins today, and these pumpkins are getting big. All these ones over here are from my friend's pumpkin where he saved the seed. Almost all of these came up, maybe just one didn't in the back there. The sunflowers I put in here got really leggy. I should have planted those out already. But this one over here that we put in the bigger pot is doing really good. It's actually already starting to vine out. I put a stick in there just to keep the wind from blowing it around, but you can see the roots popping out of the top there. It's probably looking for some more soil. I'm just gonna go ahead and cover them up. But I'm actually going to pull them out of the greenhouse now and set them outside so they can start hardening off in the sun. We don't have a lot of sun out there today, which is actually pretty perfect for a planting day. Huh, Pop? Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna leave those right there for now until I get the planting area ready. And we need to go up and get more compost. Come on, Pop. I kicked you out of the compost, so you got to dig your own bed over here, huh? All right. You feel better? Well, there isn't too much seasoned compost left. A lot of this stuff is fresh. I can't use that in the garden this year. But I turned it over here, so the girls are going to go in there and pick out all the bugs. The ducks are coming over to get something to eat, so I'm going to have to put out dinner. I'm coming, ducks, I'm coming. Piggies! Whoa! Why do I hear so much peeping? Oh, little peeper. There you are, little peeper came out. Let me help you, guy. Come here. Sammy, you down here taking care of her? Come here, little one. I'm gonna get you back with Mama. There you go. You're back with Mama. Everybody's safe. How'd you get out? You must have did a big jump, little one. It's okay, pup. I already took care of it. Everybody's safe. You're welcome, Pants. Way to keep an eye on the little one, Sammy, while it was stuck on the ground. Good job, buddy. You keep doing you, double duty. All right, come on, pup. All right, I think I have everybody taken care of up here. We can get back to the gardening. This is a pretty full load, but there isn't too much left here to grab, so we're just gonna have to work with what we have, huh, Pop? Oh, heavy. Goats! All right, we have our base down now. 2 heavy loads of manure from the homestead. And it did actually rain here. Before I grabbed this second wheelbarrow load, it started raining a little bit. So I took that time to go to the store, pick up a couple bags of garden soil and a broken bag of sand on clearance. And I'm gonna use that as a top coat across this mound. This compost is still a pretty heavy medium for the soils to go to. And it might even be a little bit too rich to plant directly into, but it's perfect to lay down on, huh, Pop? So I'm gonna use some bagged garden soil and some sand to make this a little bit more inhabitable for the pumpkins. Come on, Pop. And we need to grab the rake and the wagon. All right, now that the mound is made, the next step is gonna be planting. What I used was some garden soil. It's a Miracle-Gro vegetable garden soil. It says it's made with compost and it has some fertilizer in it, so that's gonna help feed the pumpkin a little bit early on. And then the sand is gonna help drain the soil that's a little bit heavier here. One bag of sand is not gonna create miracles down here in the patch, but as I keep adding amendments down here, it's gonna keep making the heavy clay soil better and better each year. And then eventually I'll have the soil I need to grow a giant pumpkin. Oh, Pop, come on. I do still want to get in there and prune back that butterfly bush. All right, now we can get started on the planting. I brought these trays down to stand on so it disperses my weight and I don't compress the soil down too much. We want to keep the soil as light and fluffy as possible. I am going to be tilling as soon as we get the tiller running, but I'm just going to come up to the edge of the mound here. That way I won't be disturbing the roots of the pumpkin that I'm planting today. And then as the pumpkin grows out, it'll have some light fluffy soil to grow into. But we have the compost, the garden soil, and the sand here. Now we're just going to dig the hole and then add a couple amendments before we put the pumpkin in. Just got to make sure the camera's on. Can't do this whole thing without having the putt. Good. Can't do the whole thing and then not have the button on. And since we have one clear winner with the pumpkin starts, I'm just going to be putting one pumpkin in the middle of this mound. Alright, I dug the hole out a little bit deeper than it needed to be. I wanted to get some of this heavy compost out of there and get some of this garden soil in there for the pumpkin to start growing in. And then when the roots get a little bit bigger, they can reach out into that more nutritious compost. Now I have a few amendments here I'm going to be putting in. I ordered these off the same website I got my pumpkin seed off of, Worldwide Giant Growers. At least I think I did. It's extreme gardening products. I think they're still available. This is just beneficial bacteria that I'm going to be putting in here. Some is mycorrhiza fungi, and then this is azos beneficial bacteria. And I also have another mycorrhiza fungi, which is a root inoculant. We're going to be using everything. You just want a little bit of the azos. And a dash of the mycorrhiza fungi. Just a touch of this other mycorrhiza fungi. Now time for the pumpkin. And we're gonna wanna be extra delicate with this because this is a big hollow stem and it can break easily. You're gonna wanna have a good handle on it. I'm gonna pull out this little splint here so it doesn't get in the way. And I'm just gonna put it between my fingers, support it a little bit. Little light squeeze around the bottom. Beautiful. Perfect timing for this too. It's not root bound. And we're gonna want the vine to actually point that direction because that's the way it's gonna continue to grow. I also don't want to try and disturb those roots at all in the root ball. I'm just going to let it be as it is. And then gently backfill. Make sure you don't have any air pockets. That's a chicken puppy. For some reason there's a chicken back there. All right, that looks pretty good. The only thing left to do is to water it in and then protect it from anything coming in to dig it up tonight. Stage 1 protection. I was hoping stage 2 was a little bit bigger. I don't know if that's gonna work. It'll get me through the first night. I gotta go get water. All right, so while we wait for that to soak in before I add the second bucket, we're gonna install our DIY water gauge. This is an empty wine bottle. I'm gonna just push it straight into the soft soil. And then as the season goes on, I'm going to be able to take this bottle out of the ground and actually look into the ground to see what the moisture level is down into the soil. Once you get it in, you want to give it a little twist so it comes out easy and the hole remains there. Then you'll actually be able to look in and see what's going on. And that's all, folks. All right, that feels good. That was the main goal for the day, was to get my pumpkin in the ground. We're only getting this one planted today, but I'm happy to get it in. As I have time, I'll get the squash mound ready and we'll get some more of these pumpkins planted. But this one here is the primary plant, so hopefully we can get some good growth this year. This should be sufficient protection for any of the animals that want to come through and dig up anything that was freshly planted. It's fully watered in now, so we can just let her grow. Come on, pup. All right, that's going to be all for this one. If you guys want to keep following along with everything here at Whitt Acres, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit that like button before you leave, and you can see me and Echo on the next one. Thanks for watching. Good boy. You got sand all over your face, buddy. What'd you do that for? You silly pup.